Hello and welcome to my channel. It's currently Sunday afternoon and I wasn't planning on doing much makeup today, just take a little breather, but I have all these fun new products that I really want to try and I kind of felt in the mood for it anyway, so let's try some new makeup together. This is all drugstore makeup. Most of it was already released earlier, but some of these things are a little bit newer. For instance, this Catrice Poreless Perfection Powder is pretty new. And I think that this Super Dewy Revolution Blush is also quite new. At least all these products are still available. And they're all pretty affordable. So quickly, before we get started, I want to thank you so much for clicking on my video. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I try to upload 3 times a week with makeup related content. And I'd love to share it with you. So let's get into the video. I actually have a lot of things from Essence because the Ethos, which is the Dutch drugstore which sells Essence, the one near my parents' house was actually getting rid of all their Essence and introducing a new brand. So everything was €1. So I think I got about 5 items there. So that was kind of nice. And one of the things was this Hydrating Perfecting Primer. It still has some stickers on it, but it's very liquidy. And I don't think I would have ever tried this if it was full price, even though $3.89 is still not very expensive, but it just sort of looks shady. It has SPF 20 and it's supposed to minimize pores and moisturize your skin. So I'm taking it in the little dropper, I mean. Ooh, it has a shampoo-y kind of smell. Or like almond milk or something. It smells like food. Feels a little bit hydrating, but it did dry down very quickly. And I suppose the SPF is nice, but I'm not sure if this one does a lot. My pores aren't very emphasized at the moment anyway, but I'm not sure if they're any smaller. For foundation, I have this tinted beauty cream, Hello Good Stuff. This is also from Essence. It says it's derived from 90% natural ingredients and it's supposed to give 24 hours hydration. I have mine in the shade Tan Light. And I think this color is going to work for me. Maybe it's a little bit dark, but I'm sure it's going to work. And even though it's more of a tinted moisturizer, I still like to apply it with a brush. So that's just what I'm going to do. Also has a pretty heavy fragrance. Not bad. So pretty light coverage. But it does even out my skin tone and get rid of the redness. It actually spreads out very easily, even though it is a little bit more thick. I am going to need a little bit more. And the color isn't that bad either. It's a little bit dark, but it's fine. Alright, so this is the tinted moisturizer applied. I think it's pretty glowy, especially on my forehead. Like, it's pretty shiny. And I don't think it's going to set down. But it looks kind of nice. Like I said, it evened out my skin tone, got rid of my redness. There's still some post-blemish marks peeking through. I, of course, have no idea how this is going to wear, and since it's already 5:30, I'm not going to be able to do a proper wear test. I can tell you in the description box how it wore for the next couple of hours, at least. Yeah, it is kind of shiny. Maybe a little bit too shiny. It reminds me a little bit of the Laura Mercier skin tint or tinted moisturizer that I reviewed a couple of days ago. It's a little bit thinner, but sort of similar. Alright, let's get going. I have the other side of the spectrum here with the Essence concealer, and this is the matte one. It's the Camouflage Plus Matte Concealer. I have mine in the shade 20 Light Ivory. I think this shade is actually going to be perfect. I don't really test out a lot of concealers, and the ones I have tried lately haven't really blown me away, except for the Pat McGrath one, of course. So I kind of felt like testing out a new one. And I also like the fact that this one said that it was matte, because in the summer I don't always want to set my face, but then I don't want it to be too shiny. I'm just taking my foundation brush to blend it out. It's really thin and the coverage is pretty low, I would say. And I think I should have gotten one shade lighter. It does look pretty nice underneath my eyes. Look at that. It's just so thin and so natural. It's almost like it's your own skin, but a little bit more hydrated. I don't think this is very matte at all. Maybe it's going to dry down a little bit more, but I think it's actually more of a natural finish, or even a little bit of a dewy one. Now let's get going with the cream product. I have the Revolution Super Dewy Liquid Blush. I have mine in the shade Fortunately Flushed. And I don't usually have a lot of luck with liquid or cream blush products. There's actually only a few that I like. But I really like this color. It's sort of baby pink. I'm going to squeeze out. Oh, it's thick. I have to press really hard. But I really like this color. So I'm going to take this brush. Let's see what happens. Oh, that actually looks really nice. Oddly enough, this one doesn't seem to be as dewy at all. I was actually a little bit concerned that it would be more of a liquid highlighter, but it's not, it's a true blush. Look, that's pretty, right? I did need quite a bit of product to get this result. But that's okay, there's a lot in this tube. I think this is cute. I really like this baby pink color. Alright, things are going pretty well. I still think I look extremely dewy, but I'm going to change that now. Because we are going to try the Catrice Poreless Perfection powder. There's only one shade, Universal, and I was a little bit afraid that this was going to be too dark for me. But I think it's going to be fine. Look, it's actually quite brightening on my hand. Oh, there's a little mirror. So we're definitely going to need to set down the T-zone and underneath my eyes a little bit. But I do think this looks pretty nice and fresh. Just a little bit too dewy for me. I'm going to take my small Real Techniques brush. Okay, it's not as brightening as I thought, but I don't think it's darkening my concealer. It's quite mattifying. Alright, let's see how it goes over the pores. So mine are especially right over here. Can you see the difference? I think I see it a little bit. Like I said, I was having a pretty good skin day today. I actually think this is an okay powder, but the other powders that I usually use are a lot more blurring than this one. Like the Gucci powder, for instance. That really gets rid of all the texture on your face, and this one still leaves a little bit of texture. But I don't dislike this powder, so I'm going to leave it at that. I like the shine over here, but I toned down the forehead and the T-zone a little bit. Oh, I'm also going to put a little bit on top of my eyes. Next I have another product by Catrice. I have the Sun Glow Matte Bronzing Powder. I have mine in the shade medium. There was also a medium deep, but I didn't see a light one. But this might work for me. It's not very powdery. There's not a lot of kick up in the pan. Oh right, this bronzer is supposed to be water resistant. Oh, that might actually work for me, this shade. I somehow found that this pan looked very smooth. I felt like this was going to be a nice soft powder with a little bit of a blurring effect. Of course, I could have been wrong, but I really think it is. Because it's matte, there's something about a matte bronzer on a little bit more dewy skin. It acts as a colored setting powder. And I like that. And I think this shade is actually perfect. That looks kind of nice, right? It's a little bit more red, but I think especially in real life it looks kind of nice. It looks very summery and bronzy. Alright, so the next product I have is also from Revolution. It's their Soap and Care. So this is just a soap brows thing. I've never used any type of soap brows before, so I really wanted to try one. And this one fit today's theme. Ah, it actually comes with a little brush. That's great because I couldn't find any spoolies or anything else. So this is what it looks like. This is the little brush. There's actually also a little mirror in this. So I'm going to take a setting spray. This one is a fixing spray by Atos. I don't know, spray 4 times, like this. I think this tool isn't going to be good enough. I think I need to buy some sort of spoolie. But this does work! I think I should have done this before doing my foundation though. It is lifting a little bit of the tinted moisturizer. That looks pretty good. The effect is definitely a little bit stronger than with my Dior Pump and Brow, which I usually use. Alright, just going to take the edge or the other side of a brush and sort of calm down the most extreme ones a little bit. Yeah, it definitely is breaking up my foundation over here, which I should have expected. I really should have done this first. But I'm going to take my foundation brush and just go over the edges a little bit. Alright, looks pretty good. Now I do think I need to put something in my brows, something to color it a little bit. So I'm going to take my Goof Proof pencil by Benefit. And I am going to shade my brows a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. So the brow pencil does work on top of this soap. Alright, this is what the brows look like right now. I'm not sure. This is something I'll have to get used to. I think I'll need one of those little brow pens that sort of add color naturally. I think this is just a little bit too large and in charge for me. I did really like the soap brows. That was fine. It's just when I added the pencil it was a little bit too much. Alright, we only have a few products left. I have this highlighter by Catrice. This is the High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder in the shade 10 Light Infusion. And I thought this looked so pretty. It has this almost pinky white pearlescent sheen. I thought this could be beautiful. Ooh. It's strong, but it's so light. I love it. All the drugstore highlighters that I've tried in the past are always a little bit too dark for me, or just a little bit borderline too dark. But this is really light and ethereal. I think it looks beautiful with that blush. I'm not sure if I like it with this bronzer. It's kind of two different effects. The bronzer is really summery, and then the blush and the highlight are more like winter shades. But this looks really pretty. Yes, I like this. Oh, these eyebrows, they're driving me crazy. This one is actually a little bit higher. But this highlighter is pretty. Then for eyes, I have only a few products. Instead of an eyeshadow palette, I want to dabble into liquid eyeshadows a little bit more. So I thought I'd try this Essence Chrome On Duochrome Liquid Eyeshadow in this cool burgundy green shift shade. Now I'll admit I already tried this once and I didn't really like it. It just... Wait, I'll show you. It just didn't look as vibrant and colorful on the eyelids as it does in the tube. I'll tap out the edges a little bit with my finger. So it looks kind of cool, but it does look a little bit gray at the edges. But I must say I tried it on top of a little bit of powder today and it does look a lot better. A lot more vibrant. And I mean, I said it in my review of something else. These sort of resemble the Natasha Denona Chromium eyeshadows. And those are like 5 times as expensive. Alright. This actually looks pretty cool, yeah. For now I take back what I said, I do like it. Maybe it just didn't wear that well. Maybe it just didn't wear that well. Now, for the iconic mascara, I have the Essence Lash Princess in the green packaging. This is the False Lash Effect mascara. And what I didn't know, I've seen lots of people use this on the internet, but this pattern is actually raised with a little bit of rubber. So that feels really nice. And I feel like I'm going to be disappointed because this mascara is so overhyped. Alright, it makes my lashes pretty long. Ooh, it works really well on the lower lashes. Maybe this really is a very nice mascara. I'll try adding a second coat on the upper lashes. Okay. Oi! That was my boyfriend. He just got his vaccination and he was calling to tell me how late he was going to be home for dinner. Okay, so this mascara is really, really good. Look at my lashes. It did spread a little bit over here, so there are a couple of small dots. But I think this mascara really made this look completely finished. I'm really impressed. It makes them sort of still look fluffy, but a little bit more, well, a lot longer and a lot thicker. And it also works wonders on the lower lash line. I really get that Bambi eyes effect. I like it. Then finally I have some lip products from Essence. I have this soft and precise lip pencil in the shade, what are you called? Cheerful. And then I have this clear gloss. This is the Extreme Shine. So you know they have this Shine 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 collection of lip glosses, which I really like. But this is the Extreme Shine. But first let's do the lip pencil. I already had a little bit of another gloss on, so I'm not sure if this is going to work. I really like this lip liner. It's not extremely pigmented, but the color is really nice. And then finally, let's add the gloss. This is just a clear gloss. Oh no, I don't think it is clear. That's what I thought, but I think it's pink. I really like that. It is pretty shiny. And it smells sort of sweet, like strawberries. Alright, so this is the finished look. I think it turned out okay. I really like all these products. I don't think I would necessarily put these products together, but they really did surprise me. I mean, look at that highlight. And look at that mascara. I mean, I think it was pretty obvious which products I liked the most. It's definitely those two. But I also really like the bronzer and I like the color of it. I'm not sure what I think about the concealer. It's a little bit too light coverage for me and also the shade is a little bit off. But I think this would be a great all-over concealer for no makeup days. So I'm not going to discard it just yet. I'm going to get my use out of it. I really liked the Super Dewy liquid blush. It's actually not that dewy at all. It's more of a satin finish, I would say. It's on my hand here and it's actually completely matte on my hand. But I do really like it. I actually like that. I really like the brow stuff, and now that my whole face is done, it also doesn't look as extreme anymore. And I do like the Chrome On eyeshadow. For now, it's going to depend on how it wears. Like I said, I'll leave a note in the description box, so hopefully I'll have some more information for you over there. So, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I will see you in the next one.